Habari Ma Africa, blessed Monday to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world, and happy December. Today I want to touch on quite a few topics with you guys, starting with Bheki Mtolo, the Secretary General of KwaZulu-Natal, who remains in hot waters because of the statements that he made last week addressing the ANC KZN. Listen, Cyril Ramaphosa is not going to take lightly on what Bheki Mtolo said. Saying that the ANC of 2002 would have acted differently on this Phala issue. I mean, Bheki Mtolo knows that he is already at the exit door because of the poor performance of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, and now he's singing a different tune. I also want to speak about the person that he's talking about, Cyril Ramaphosa. The comments that he made about the tuck shop, warning South Africans that South Africans don't take the laws in your own hand. The law officials will do their part. Just wait for them and wait for the process to unfold. I also want to touch also on his visit in Tabazimbi in Limpopo. Why the crowds that are there are always in a way misleading the ANC to think that they still have numbers on the ground. Solly Mapaila and the South African Communist Party are saying that they are going to contest the local government elections in 2026. Finally, they have made that announcement that they will be going against the ANC. Does this mean that some of these members who've got dual membership are going to be kicked out of the alliance? What is going on? Is the end of the ANC finally in front of us? Or is the ANC going to ignore what the Communist Party is saying? The MK political party and the ATM were together in Bloemfontein, ladies and gentlemen. And there I saw Vuyo Zungula singing the praise of Jacob Zuma and the MK political party. Is this a sign of what is to come in the future? And remember, the Secretary General of the MK political party, Floyd Shivambu, have said, listen, we are not in the business of destroying the EFF. We can win a 2/3 majority without taking a single vote from the EFF, because if you look at the past national elections results, you will see that 91% of South Africans did not vote for the EFF. And quite a few new additions in the MK party. Well, let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I've got quite a few topics to cover with you guys. Let me start by saying Happy December. The reason I'm saying Happy December is because most Africans, our families, our friends, our colleagues didn't make it to December, especially in the department I work in, the Department of Agriculture, Northern Cape. There was quite a lot of rest in peace, still even continuing up to this past week, so it's not nice. And African people treat December differently. I've always said that most of us don't work in the city, village, or even province, some of us not even in the country where we are from. So December, it's looked at as that month where you go back home to show your achievements of what you have done, the progress that you have done throughout the whole year. Many people working in the private sector get bonuses and all of that. We are busy with building projects and all of those things. So it's not easy for us as African people because we are kept in this loop where you work from January to December and just to be broke again and get back to working again from January to December. It's a chain that you and I should break. But anyway, I will touch on that on a separate video. Bheki Mtolo, because of this disbanding of the KwaZulu-Natal province, he's panicking because his head and the chairperson of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, Uduma, they all going to go. The ANC is going to take them out. It's going to disbandle them from leadership because from all the performances of the ANC, KwaZulu-Natal dropped the most. I think from 56% somewhere to about 17% or something like that. So it is crazy what happened in KwaZulu-Natal, and somebody must suffer the consequences of, bad performance of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. And Bheki sees that I'm going to be one of those people who are going to go. So now he's starting to sing sense. It's so funny how politicians don't see anything wrong with their party, don't see anything wrong with their movement up until the blade is pointed up to them, or the spear rather, in an African sense, is pointed to them and they must fall. All of a sudden, now they know what righteousness is. They know what right doing is. And now he's saying that the ANC of 2002 would have acted differently towards the Phala Phala issue compared to the today's ANC that wants to deliberate about everything. Just listen to this.
Who keeps 10 million in a sofa? If we discuss, if we talk about legalities, big if we talk about legalities, it is okay. Chief, as for no was by the Malakobek 10 we keep a bank. That is safe Konagangaga. We could we say we greener a Sophie. You are not part of us. I got 2002 ANC, but he lay Yatok. And I can't go.
Now, I think 2 days ago, I covered the issue that Bheki, Mr. Mtolo was okay, was right when he said that everybody must suffer the consequences of bad performances on their level. He said on a national level, Cyril Ramaphosa and Fiki Lembalula must also account to losing 17% on a national level. He said then he does not have a problem for them as the province to also be punished for losing so much. I mean, more than 30-something% that they have lost in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. He's saying, listen, we can also take responsibility for the fall of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, because all of them, they're trying to ignore that the fall of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal is because of they could not deal with the Jacob Zuma situation properly. I mean, if the ANC listened to us, my goodness, or listen to people when they speak, they would have dealt with the Jacob Zuma situation differently. We told them arresting Jacob Zuma will be the biggest mistake that they ever did. They did it. I don't understand why political parties ignore sound advice. We told them that you guys, this guy that you are trying to put down, trying to make white monopoly capitalists happy, to show them that you can deal with Jacob Zuma, he's got a stronghold in KwaZulu-Natal. We saw it in the July unrest in 2021, where the scores of people went out crazy in support of this same man. And then you want to tell me that you don't want to keep that person happy and in your political party? It's quite crazy how our political parties treat their heroes while still alive. They even spat on the grave of Chris Hani by releasing his killer. Releasing his killer. Mama Dimpo Hani was not happy about that decision. But Bheki Mtolo is saying, listen, in 2002, the old ANC, meaning the ANC of Thabo Mbeki and Abu Jacob Zuma and all of them, would have dealt differently to the Phala Phala issue. And he's pointing out the same point that I told you guys about. I said, we should not be debating anything about Phala Phala, but the point and the fact that there was money in a couch. I don't care if it's US foreign currency, whatever. There was money in a couch. There is no safe in Phala Phala that was trustworthy enough to put that money in. No cupboard, no wardrobe, no room, no nothing. Money in the safe. I mean, if you are a cleaner, that temptation not to steal that money, I'm sure, was too big for this cleaner. This domestic worker ended up organizing something with her friends and their relatives to steal that money. Money was in the couch. And Bheki Mtolo says the old ANC would have never debated that. They would have said, listen, we don't even want to hear any of your excuses. Money was in the couch, step aside. And I have said the reason why Cyril Ramaphosa does not want to take any responsibility or consequence management on his behalf is because he knows that he also has dropped as the president, the first president of the ANC to drop under 50%. So if you take action against KwaZulu-Natal, against Gauteng, then what about you? Who must take action against you as the president for being the guy that that dropped the ANC? But the problem about Bheki Mtolo and other politicians is that the way they were talking about Jacob Zuma when we're leading up to the elections, when I was busy attacking, criticizing actually Bheki Mtolo, I told you guys, I said Bheki Mtolo does not have a sound mind. When you are a politician, you must understand there is no permanent enemies in the political world. So you don't attack someone as if tomorrow you are not going to shake their hands. I'm warning you guys. As you are busy attacking the MK, as you are busy attacking Julius Silo Malema, remember tomorrow everything can change in politics. So you guys tell me, what do you think about what Bheki Mtolo said? Do you guys agree that Cyril Ramaphosa also must take accountability for dropping the party? I mean, for me, the Cyril Ramaphosa and this government of national confusion will not reach 2026 local election. I can almost put money on it that Cyril Ramaphosa, somewhere, somehow, is going to resign and not finish his, nowhere close to finishing his term as the president. Speaking about Cyril Ramaphosa, he warned South Africans to say, South Africans, do not take actions, the law, into your own hands when it comes to this when it comes to this spaza shop issue.
Well, as a government, we don't encourage people to take the law into their hands. That is just a standard approach. The government has its structures that are empowered, that have the authority to work within the law to deal with issues like this. And when we made the announcement, we did say government officials through its various agencies is the one that will be going from shop to shop, checking whether they are registered. That's why we gave the option to the users, to those who are involved in this trade, to come forward and register. And obviously we have now realized that there is some crookery that is going on, where people are using other people to register when they themselves are not registrable. So we are going to go into that. We are going to fathom into that, but we call on our people, do not take the law into your hands. The law can burn you. And so therefore you wait for the law enforcement agencies, you cooperate with them, you point them in the right direction, and they are the ones who must take actions. Otherwise, you face consequences needlessly on your own when you work outside of the law. So we want people to work within the law. What we have done is open an opportunity to legalize those that meet the regulations and the conditions. And those that don't meet the standards, who don't comply, we will close them.
Now, this message that Cyril Ramaphosa is saying in that video, I have continuously preached on my channel. I mean, you guys know, I've always said, guys, be careful what you do when it comes to this spaza shop. South Africans don't want to hear that because South Africans, they've got other angers that are being displayed into this spaza shop issue. And I'm not a person that is insensitive to the death of our children. I'm saying if the children are dying, if communities are suffering, if there is anything that is wrong with a country, the state should be able to solve the problem. And because we've got a weak state, does not mean that now we should go around and do as we please in the tuck shops. You guys can correct me on the comment section if you want or not. But I'm telling you, We have to get rid of these corrupt officials. I saw policemen getting arrested because they're taking bribes from these spaza shop owners and everything. It's quite embarrassing what is happening in South Africa, really. And I understand the frustrations of South Africa, but I continuously warn you, you don't know what a person in the community is going through. The next thing, that same person goes and unalives our Pakistani, our Somalian and Ethiopian brothers. That's not something I can condone in this channel. And I continuously tell the leaders, get the councillor there, get the police there. When you are stopping or taking out or disciplining the tuck shop owners, make sure that there's an official, especially police, in your proximity so that you operate within the law. Because what Cyril Ramaphosa is that the law will ban you. It will ban you because most of you are recording these things that you guys are doing. And when those footages get into the hands of the court, me and you will suffer, because it will be so much evidence that is undeniable. They call it in court conclusive evidence that they can send you to jail for some things that you did not do. So be careful what you say on WhatsApp groups. Be careful with your voice notes and everything. You remember what happened with the Mtolo with the July unrest. Be careful. I'm just warning you as a brother that cares about your well-being. Do not go to jail. Do not let your family suffer because of you wanted to solve something that the government cannot solve. Mtolo. So another thing is that the ANC was in Limpopo, Thabazimbi. I remember Thabazimbi. When they say Thabazimbi is true, those mountains, it's real mountains there. When I was in Lar School, Alma, we went there to go play some rugby there in Thabazimbi, Lar School Thabazimbi, if I'm not mistaken. Years ago, this was 2002 when I went there. So I saw the crowds coming out there, Cyril Ramaphosa coming out there, so proud because the venue was full and all of that. And I thought to myself, I could not help to think to myself, this is what is fooling the ANC, to think that there is still numbers on the ground. Those same people, if MK go there, they will be there in the MK regalia, because some of them are just coming for t-shirts, some of them are just, Thabazimbi is very isolated, almost like an island. Anything that happens in Thabazimbi, if you want to make an event, go to Thabazimbi. Those people are going to come out. There's nothing happening in Thabazimbi. You understand what I'm saying? It's still almost like I would say an apartheid atmosphere there, a racist atmosphere there in Thabazimbi, from what I could gather. So it's very misleading, the ANC, to think that they are doing good when Cyril Ramaphosa goes somewhere, when they see numbers like this, and I can understand that. I was very happy to see that the Communist Party, Solima Paila, have finally decided to announce formally that they will be, contesting the local elections in 2026 as an independent party. Whoa, guys, it's done with the ANC. It is done with the ANC.
Just please, take the views into confidence. Just clarify certain things that she had actually said earlier on.
Well, we took our decision to contest local government elections last year, but we decided that the imperialist offensive against the movement, the ANC, in the run-up to the recent elections, May 2024, that because imperialism and imperialist forces were putting too much money and creating new organizations, which disappointedly the ANC has now decided to coalition with them. They funded those organizations so that they can remove the ANC from political power. And we've therefore lost an important instrument in the hands of the people of South Africa to drive social transformation agenda. We thought that that moment would have given the ANC the permission to literally come in from all and sundry who were intimidating them in one way or the other, including the imperialist forces in the economy and so forth, to drive transformation for the people of our country, to change their lives. We took that decision that even this threat faced the ANC, and subsequently the formation of Mkhonto Sizwe Party, that further weakened the capacity of the ANC, that was the ANC in this 2024 general elections. But we had already taken that decision. It was by our augmented central committee, a central committee involving our district layer of leaders, because the ANC, together with other alliance components, ourselves included, had failed to reconfigure the alliance. So, as you know, we have never had an appropriate time to sit down with the ANC bilaterally, which we only had last week, and we duly informed them decision. And the Central Committee and Politburo will then finalize the modality of implementation. The technicalities, basically, but we are participating in the local government election as the SACP.
So 26.
Okay, let me once again, as a political analyst, offer some support or advice to the ANC. Do not allow, listen to me, ANC, do not allow the Communist Party to contest the election as a separate party from you guys. Don't do anything by all means to keep the ANC, the Communist Party as a coalition healthy. I say the Communist Party does not have big numbers. Last time I checked, and I think that was 2 years ago, their membership was standing just above 1 million. I stand to be corrected, but I think that's where their membership stood. It does not mean that that's the number that they will get in elections. Probably you can think that they will get maybe 400 votes, 400,000 votes, 300,000 votes for the Communist Party, maybe even just a little bit below than that. But whatever number that they will get, they will be taking from the ANC because of this issue of dual membership. They are members of the Communist Party who, according to their party constitution, have got a right to have dual membership with the ANC, their main alliance partner. So it's going to be very tricky to scale if the Communist Party can, put together some votes in an election. But I'm saying the mistake of undermining them will cost the ANC. And looks like the ANC does not care what King says, does not care about whatever everyone's saying. They just want to be arrogant. People like Abufikile Mbalula, they want to continuously defend the coalition with the DA over alliance partners. So you tell me, and because in this channel I preach, because I understand this 2/3 majority that the MK political party is singing. One vote lost is one vote too many, especially for parties that are not doing well, like the ANC. You want to grow. You don't want to lose any more members. You just want to grow. But the ANC does not want to listen. If I was the ANC, I would put everything. I would buy, I would bribe, I would do anything to beg the Communist Party to say, please don't leave us, especially not on a ballot paper. Especially not on a ballot paper. Because the ANC's constitution says if you vote for another party, then you are going against, you are defining yourself outside the ANC. What will it mean for those party members that have got dual membership? Are they going to take actions against them for voting MK, campaigning for the Communist Party, voting for the Communist Party? What is the ANC going to take or going to do? That is a very valid question to ask. So they won't listen to your boy King. They won't listen to you. So they will suffer. That is why I say Cyril Ramaphosa will jump ship just before the local election, because it's going to be another drop. It's guaranteed. If the Communist Party is going to be contesting as a separate party, it's guaranteed. It's 1 billion %. You can put your last penny on it that the ANC is going to drop numbers once again. And Cyril Ramaphosa must be very careful to be presiding over that. If I was him, I would save my own skin and do the honorable thing and just resign as the ANC, and give other people a chance. Now, it was very interesting in Bloemfontein to see Vuyo Zungula and Floyd Shivambu, Jacob Zuma, there, and I was like, this is going to be another, announcement that will be coming soon. I think they are waiting to announce it later, maybe in the next week, or I don't know. But Vuyo Zungula for sure is on his way to the MK party. I mean, just listen to him.
Peace in our land. Peace in our lifetime. Viva ATM, viva. Viva Mkhonto, viva. Gwaza Mkhonto, gwaza. Pata ATM, pata. Kula Mkhonto, kula. Pata ATM, pata. Kula Mkhonto, kula.
I will always sing that song that I always sing, that the EFF had a missed opportunity on recruiting Vuyo Zungula with his, how many seats they have in parliament? 1, 2. The EFF could have brought that guy in. And for me, they would have numbed the pain of losing their deputy president by bringing Vuyo Zungula in to be the deputy president of the EFF. The man has got nothing but praises for Julius Malema. He's got nothing but praises. I've never heard Vuyo Zungula speak ill of the EFF, and I've never heard the EFF speak any ill towards Vuyo Zungula. Coming to think of it, I've never heard anyone speak down or whatever to Vuyo Zungula. No political party I've heard in my short journey of covering politics speaking any ill about Vuyo Zungula. He's such a likable and what we call in hip hop a stand-up brother. He's up straight. He is unapologetic about his stance, and he's bold, charisma, everything that is there. And I will always maintain Julius Malema approach this man. Put money on the table, put money underneath the table, put money on the side of the table, wherever that you need to do to get Vuyo Zungula, because that will even strengthen the EFF in the Eastern Cape just a little bit more. So for me, if they don't do that, I'm quite sure that the MK political party has got the finances, have got the position. Remember, the MK political party still short with 10 members of parliament in parliament, 10 MPs. They can still put 10 more MPs there. I think they are last time I checked, the MK is 10 short from their total number. So there's 10 more people that the MK can bring in. Vuyo Zungula and whatever his deputy president or whoever he chooses, who is in parliament in the ATM, can go to MK, find a home, and still get the salary. You understand what I'm trying to say? So with this movement of the MK political party playing very close to Vuyo Zungula, which it will be a big win for them, very big win for them. You will see even the EFF people who don't have a problem with Vuyo Zungula will start having a problem with him once he is he's in the MK. That's why I choose to look at the individuals separate from the party. That's why I told you guys, wherever Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi will go, I will support him. Wherever Jacob Zuma will go, I support him, because as an individual, I support his ideology in politics. The same with Vuyo Zungula, the same with Panyaza Lusufi, I can name many of them. But I am saying those people as individuals, for me, I will follow them because I like the way they think, the way they reason. Another one is the former Black First, Land First, Ncitama, Andile Ncitama. Wherever that guy goes, I will support him. And I still believe he's the best Pan-Africanist that we have in South Africa. So you guys will tell me. And also, there was a clip of a picture of Jubjub with Jacob Zuma in the MK regalia. And I was like, hey, here they are again. I said it. Look at the artists. Look at the influencers on YouTube. Look at the soccer players. Look at the entertainers. Look at everybody and try to win them in the MK if you want numbers. And I'm not just speaking about MK. I'm speaking about all political parties. Go and check who has got influence. That boy King, can we bring him on board? What can he do for the party? Not me. Not me. Yeah, not me. But I strongly believe every person has got a price. Every person has got a price. You understand what I'm saying? So they can go to any person and say, listen, the party has been watching your content. The party has been listening to your music. The party supports the way you are acting. The party loves the way you are influential in soccer. The party can... And we are saying, why don't you officially join and endorse our party? And we will make it worth your while. You need the numbers. And we saw Dr. Kanyisile also joining the MK officially as a woman. And I've always said women must run to the MK political party. There isn't enough strong women in that party. Unlike the EFF that has got you. I think every woman that joins the EFF is strong. Strong politically, strong character-wise and everything. You cannot mess around with EFF women. They don't play around. They know their politics. They know their story. And I said the MK has got that space also for them to go there and go and infiltrate that camp. So I'm quite happy to see high-profile woman. She was in the EFF, but she went to UDM. And I'll speak about her. Actually, there's a clip of her that's making rounds that maybe I should break down a little bit more. She was the deputy president of UDM, then went to the MK political party, left politics, then went to the MK political party. Good for her. Good for the MK. Like I said, numbers count if you want 2/3 majority. And also, the Secretary General of the MK political party, Floyd Shivambu, have said, listen, we can get the 2/3 majority without even taking votes from the EFF. 91% of South Africans did not vote for Julius Silo Malema and the EFF.
When the EFF actually marched to the Constitutional Court on Tuesday, the leader of your former political home, Mr. Julius Malema, said that the agenda of the MK party is to destroy the EFF. How do you respond to such claims?
I honestly did not see that. I did not see him saying that.
Okay, I'm telling you now.
So I'm not even aware of that. But one thing which we know is that Mkhonto weSizwe is not existing to destroy any political party. We are appealing to majority of the voters of South Africa. There's no need to destroy the economic freedom fighters. No, the MK can get 2/3 of majority in terms of the vote in South Africa without taking a single vote from the EFF. The EFF was not voted by 91% of the people of South Africa. So there is no need to concentrate our energy in trying to destroy the economic freedom fighters. Our focus is to persuade a majority of the people of South Africa, but is to persuade a lot of progressive forces to associate with Mkhonto weSizwe. And we are successfully doing such, and because that is the agenda that we think we should consolidate on. We are not in the business of destroying political parties. Those who join Mkhonto weSizwe, whether they were members of the ANC or EFF or DA or ATM or whatever organization, they do so out of their own political consciousness. These are adults who fall into superior alternatives. They realize that here is a proper vehicle that is assembling the best of the best. Let us associate with it instead of existing in small and viable fiefdoms that have got no potential, none whatsoever. to could win electoral power in South Africa. So we're in no business to try to destroy any organization as Umkhonto weSizwe. What we know though is that we're going to unite the majority of the people of South Africa. We're going to unite more than 2/3 of the voters of South Africa behind the banner of Umkhonto weSizwe, which is going to take over political power in local government, will take over political power at national level on behalf of the people, so that we can drive through a thoroughgoing transformation agenda to empower.
You know, to a certain degree, the statement made by Julius Silo Malema that the MK is wanting to destroy the EFF is justified because of the high caliber of leaders that have moved from the EFF to the MK. I do understand why he would think like that. But I also ask the EFF members, are we really crying for Busisiwe Mkhwebane, Mzwanele Manye? Are you really crying for those two? In terms of impact in the EFF, what did those people do for the EFF? For me, they did not have a mega impact in the party. Yes, I understand who advocated Limpofu, I understand Floyd Shivambu, but that's the only two. I think the EFF provincial leader of Northwest has left. The former provincial leader of Limpopo has left, but those are not high caliber. And I'm sure there's other smaller nyana, party members that have left from the EFF and whatever went there. But that's the nature of politics. Floyd Shivambu is saying those people are adults. They reverted to the superior alternative. And that's the same thing that happened when the EFF members left the ANC for the EFF. You go to a party or the vehicle, like they like calling it this day, the vehicle that better resonate with you and what you want to become. And other people, like the CIC says, they are just political opportunists. They are looking for a place where they can get power, a place where they can get positions. So you expect politicians to jump from one political party to another because most of them don't have integrity. So if I was the EFF, I would not cry for these people that have left the EFF. And, what Floyd Shivambu is saying is correct, whether you like it or not, is that, 91% of the South African population, the voting population, did not vote the EFF. Now, I don't believe that. I don't believe that because I voted EFF. You guys have always said here. I don't believe that EFF got 9%. Whew! I could not sleep when I saw the results. I became even more angrier when the EFF accepted those results. I can't, till today, if I can have a recount and it gives me 9% again, I'll be happy. But I don't believe the EFF got 9%. It's impossible for me, But if we go on those results, then Floyd is right by saying 91%, according to this crooked rigged results that the EFF got 91%. I mean, guys, really, I'm having a hard time to believe that the EFF can be beaten by the MK when it comes to, not the MK, the DA, the Democratic Alliance, when it comes to numbers. I don't want to believe that. The Secretary General of the MK is saying they are not in the business to destroy the EFF. They are not there, especially a progressive party like the EFF. We black people need parties like the EFF. If there was no EFF, if EFF did not pop out when it did in 2013, I don't know what would happen to South African politics. EFF came at the right time. I'm still one of those people who believe that the EFF is the political party of our time. Whether they will win elections or not, but we as young people, we could relate more to what the EFF is doing. And it's up to them if they want to keep the crowd that they have, keep the voters that they have, change the political tactics. I believe there's a lot of tactics that they must change. Work this relationship of the the Progressive Alliance into their advantage, and understand that politics are a dirty game, and they should not always play fair at all times. If people are poaching their members, they should poach their members back, and everything vice versa must happen, because politics is a very dirty game, and there's no permanent enemies or permanent friends in politics. So I would like to thank everybody that have donated to the Pan-Africanists. The people of end of the month, you guys have never disappointed me. I'm sure today being the second debit orders are done. So please, ladies and gentlemen, please consider Paseta as one of those contributions that you can make to the black movement when it comes to building an educational center for our children. We are building the school. We are making sure that your money is in good use, and you must never forget that we are doing the fundraiser event in April, the 4th and the 5th of April. We want you guys to come to Northern Cape so that we can do the launch and the fundraiser event. The team is already organizing. I think they are meeting today at 9 o'clock on Zoom or online to discuss the plans of making that event memorable for you guys. So please, in 4 months we are meeting in Kimberley. Make sure that you come to Kimberley. Save the date, the first weekend of April. Save that date and make sure that you purchase your ticket to the Paseta fundraising event. Make sure that you're there. Don't make any mistake. The venue that we have is quite classic, quite beautiful, but very limited in numbers. So very few people are going to be allowed to come in. Make sure that your name is there. Be an early bird. Don't wait for anyone to tell you no, you'll buy the ticket at the last moment. It's not going to work with Paseta. Paseta has got a big family, and we want you to be part of it. So I thank everyone. Paseta has made a call to say every South African, 10,000 South Africans must contribute a minimum of 50 rand. If you've got less, you can contribute each month to Paseta so that we can build this dream. Guys, I always tell you, we must not be the generation that says we did nothing. There is no honor for black people about building social media accounts when those social media accounts don't have impact on the ground. You understand? And someone said, no, King, I see you supporting the MK. I'm not gonna support Paseta anymore. I see you are supporting the EFF. I'm not going to support, and because I don't know, I'm called an EFF and an MK guy depending on who's talking on the conversation, and I have no problem with that. But as long as you understand that I'm African, as long as you understand that you are African and we are suffering the same things, and if you and I don't stand up and build institutions for the coming generation, they will continue to suffer. It will make no difference if King is an EFF or an MK guy, an ANC, an ATM guy. It will make no difference if you and I don't build something for the future. So now when I die, I want them to say, oh, this generation, this is what they did. Just like they are speaking about the generation of 1976, the Fees Must Fall generation and all of that. I want our generation to have their own story. And that story is Paseta, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much. If you want to know any information, go on www.paseta.co.za, click the 3 lines, go to community, open an account there. We've got like something like a social media platform there where you can post and do everything that you wish to do, and you'll be free there, respectfully so. Post your whatever you want to post there, ladies and gentlemen. I can talk the whole day when it comes to Paseta. Good December, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Be very safe on the road. I was actually I narrowly escaped an accident, so please make sure that you are safe on the road, because anything can happen. Thank God your boy is the best driver in the city. Hey, is there a car too? Tell me what you think about the video, the first video actually of December. Yesterday I did not record because I was very, very busy. But until we meet again, don't forget to pray and please click the subscribe button. I'm left with 7,000 subscribers to get to 50,000 before the end of the year. That's my personal goal for Paseta. for King Said So. If you want to help me reach that milestone, please click the subscribe button. If not, continue watching, continue sharing, continue liking, continue commenting on the comment section, and I will still appreciate it. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray, but after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.